this is an educational pitch. You, me, the world, every single person is an individual energetic field. In 1992, and there are stats, you can go and look anywhere if they were keeping count, there was far, far less ADD and ADHD. There was far less nervous autoimmune disorders versus today. There were far less people feeling like they can't handle life and suicides. There were far less of everything that was negative and detrimental to individuals. If you follow the thread of statistics through these 32 years up until today, the incremental increase in the power and of technology into our lives has also risen the problems that children have, that teens have, that young adults have, and that every other age group has. Our nervous system and our cardiovascular system, when you look at them, and perfect examples of these are the paintings of Alex Grey, Grey, in his book or his series of Sacred Mirrors. Look it on the left. And there's 9 panels of the human body. And when you look at the nervous system and the cardiovascular system as separate entities, they are literally an energetic force field. And it's all connected because it's inside this body, this shell, and it's activating us. What I have noticed with clients over all of these years is the increase in the overloading of the nervous system. Because the more time we spend on technology, immersed within it, whether it be watching the television, the satellites, the internet, all of this is fed through networks that I don't have the diagram of over and overlays of invisible power sources, and they are interacting with our nervous system, and all these frequencies start going zzz, 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 zzz. And the human body, as strong and as brilliant as it is, can only handle so much. And until there comes a point where you go freak out. And when I was learning the lessons in building my web, inserting the information pertinent information into the blueprint to make it uniquely mine, there was a point after, I think it was about a weekend, because I'm new. One day I was focusing so hard, so precisely for a week intensely, and I hit a brick wall. And my body yelled. Because the more I pushed to say, no, I'm going to do this, the more I couldn't read the instructions, the more my mind was jumping, the more my heart rate was going up, and the more my nerves were getting frayed, to a point where at some point I just got up, closed the computer, and yelled, I have to go out to the park. I had to go, and I acknowledge everybody, Jessica, and everybody on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had to go and take my shoes off and put my feet on the ground. The correct plug to ground our computers so that they don't explode in an electrical storm, they have to have 3 prongs. And the one at the bottom, the single one, is the grounder. And if that's not there, it's an erratic 2 plugs, 2 prongs, and the electricity is just going. This is us, ungrounded. When we plug in the grounding, like I was standing on the earth, Mother Earth is our grounding source. That is why nature is so, so important. And in our times, they are both important, because without the technology, our world is just basically, God forbid, the plug is pulled and everything stops. Those who've lived in a world without it will be able to handle it. Those who've never lived in a world without the technology will freak out, because they won't know how to handle living and thinking and being this interactive being to make other things work. The old way, the regular way we used to do them. That is what scares me. That's what scares me so much. And that's part of why I was given this message today. To awaken or share valid information that you're all overworked. Corporate, commerce, family. It's all on, full on all the time. And if it's not one, then it's another one, and then it's another one, and there's never enough. There's never enough time. There's never enough time. And that was probably the first, well, no, it was the 100% profit was the number 1, and then the 2-hour workday, number 2. And then now, yesterday, if you watched my live, I was saying that this blueprint is truly the embodiment of a very high frequency field of positiveness to proceed. Because it's a self-contained field in how I look at things in a very different way. I don't want to get off track on this, but the 2-hour workday was like, oh yes, whoever designed this, they knew that this is what is so crucial for the populations now, to have a ways of cutting their interactions with technology on such intense levels. The vast majority of people on TikTok and any social media, they have their phones glued to in their pockets, in their hands, sometimes here, sometimes there. There is a huge rise in testicular cancer for men, and breast cancer, it's always been around, but even more so for younger women. Always being connected to this energetic field is a part of the issue. It's not all the issue, it is a part of the issue. So if you can, number 1, spend more time out in nature. Take your shoes off, your socks off, and even if it's just for 10 minutes, if you can handle it. Winter makes it hard, yet try. Even to just take your shoes and socks off and let the skin breathe with no technology. Turn it off, put it away, and say, I'm walking away for an hour. I'm walking away, I'm not doing it on Sunday, turning it all off on Sunday. Your world is not going to fall apart. You may miss a phone call, but hey, just put a message. I'm grounding. Today is my grounding day. Because over time, when you start doing it, you'll realize how different one can feel. Because the mind will start clearing. It will be more focused, to focus on other things.